Hi, welcome to my craft room. We are going to be casing this card from our new holiday catalog. And isn't this just gorgeous? It is so rich looking. You can find that on page 7. And if you don't have this catalog, I'd be happy to send you one. The colors are cherry cobbler cardstock, and we're going to be making it into a ribbon effect with that punch, the gumball green, and very vanilla. I recommend that you punch along the whole length of the 11 inches so that you have a nice long strip, because you're going to be lining that up on both sides of the very vanilla. And these embossing folders come in a set of 2. They're the delicate designs, and I am going to turn this piece of paper into something that looks like ribbon. So fold that down, put that through your embossing folder on tab 2, and I'll let you see the details of just how beautiful this turns out. Voila! Isn't that striking? I am in love with this embossing folder. Wow, is this ever beautiful. I'm from the era where we had the light table, the stylus, and the brass templates, and we did all the work. And in just seconds now, you can achieve this beautiful look. You have no idea just how convenient these folders are. I'm adding the multi-purpose glue just along the one edge, and I am going to butt up my very vanilla right along where those dots are. I want this to look like ribbon. Can you see that? Then I'll cut off those little extensions once I get all finished with that. I'm using the multi-purpose glue because of the depth of this embossing. I recommend this instead of snail to adhere this onto your card base. You want to make sure that that really stays. And take your fingers and pull that up, and that gives it even more texture and dimension. Really looks like ribbon when you get it all finished. I am using the Early Espresso. This looks really, really nice with that vanilla. And this is just a little scrap of paper that I'm going to stamp our verse that will go on the front. This is a great time to get started with making those Christmas cards. If you start early, then you don't feel the pressure of having to make them right in December. This is the Joyous Celebration stamp set, and all of these elements are in that set, and it's in our holiday catalog, and it is just so beautiful. And this is the cherry cobbler and I'm stamping 2 of the bows because I love dimension. Our gumball green is just a wonderful Christmas color. And with that new pad, you want to be very, very light-handed because that's nice and juicy. Look at the convenience of just punching that out. Now we are going to cut out our little bows, and this isn't that challenging, women. If you have really sharp scissors, that's half your battle right there. If you don't, then it can be challenging. But I'm just trimming just around the edges of that, and I chose to stamp that twice because I want that to really stand out on my card. And the two-way glue, I'm using that to adhere that on. And I recommend that you use tweezers for this. It gives you a lot more control with that. And then with our second little bow, I'm going to add one of our rhinestones to that little bling. And I like to use the tip of my scissors, and that way I'm sure that I'm getting that adhesive when I lift that rhinestone up. And just push that on and turn it over and kind of bend it in. And then you want to add more of the two-way glue to adhere that on. And you've got to admit that's looking mighty pretty. If you go to my blog, I have all of the information for making this card, so be sure and go in there and leave me a note. Let me know what you think of this. I love hearing from you. This is where I stamp the verse, and I'm just going to eye this up, and I'm taking a pencil and I'm marking each side as to where I want my banner. And now I've trimmed the top down, and I'm making just a little mark so that I can take my scissors and cut into. This is where sharp scissors are crucial, because you're using the very point of those scissors, and Stampin' Up! Has some really nice scissors that I really, really like. And to erase that off, I recommend that you use the white erasers for that. And then just kind of bend that up and put a couple of the glue dots onto the back to adhere that on. This card really went together very, very quickly. This would be a great card to make a lot of, to do assembly line stamping. And if you're not familiar with how to do that, I'd be happy to make a video on that. I know there are videos out there already, but I'd be happy to show you that. Now, also on the card, they had the Dazzling Diamonds, and the two-way pen is the best one to use, and I had no problem at all because this embossing was raised so much that I just was able to just glide right along that. I did this in sections so that it didn't dry, so I did the bottom. And for those of you who aren't familiar with my videos, I have put the Dazzling Diamonds into an old salt shaker, and I find that I don't have nearly the mess, and my glitter's lasting a lot longer. I'm mirror imaging what I've done to the bottom. I'm trying to hit those same points on the opposite end. And then I will do my two sides, and once again I'll try to mirror image what I've done. This Very Vanilla cardstock, it has a lot of static cling to it from where my fingers have touched it, so you're going to see excess glitter on that paper. But once you get all finished, just take your fingers and kind of wipe it off, and it comes right off. It's looking pretty. This is definitely a card that I'm going to make a bunch of for Christmas. I love this. And it went together very, very quickly. Now I have put dimensionals on the back of my oval. And now I had that all adhered together. And how would you like to see the inside? I've also used the embossing folder and decorated the inside of it as well. Well, until next time, I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you.